Long ago, there was a time the Avengers were the sole protectors of the world, until, besmirched by his rage, the Hulk unleashed disasters of which the world has never seen. In humanity's darkest hour, the Iron Man created giant mech suits in order to curb this menace. The dawn of the Gamma War all began with a friendship. Sam Wilson was having a talk with Bruce Banner, and he unearthed Banner has been trying all sorts of stress-relieving activities, so he suggested maybe he should just try talking to someone. The next day, Banner took to Wilson's advice as he came for therapy. According to Banner, the rage isn't even the worst part when the Hulk takes over, rather, it's the fear he sees in everyone else's eyes, and it makes him feel lonely. Sam Wilson then told him to look around, insisting no one here is scared of him, as he had a responsibility to Banner as a counselor, and in that moment he saw a man struggling, so he felt he could do more to help him as a friend. They were both having a nice time in the ocean, but then the waves were too strong and Banner got knocked out. Instantaneously, the Hulk took over and attempted destroying the ship, but when Wilson calmed him down, he took off because he didn't want his friend to see this side of him. Banner felt Gamma put this monster inside of him, so it's left to him to take it out. Banner carried out a tenacious process of separating himself from the Hulk, but unfortunately, in the process of trying to get rid of the Hulk, Banner created a whole new monster and set it free. The Gamma Beast, no longer held back by Banner's conscience, laid siege on the globe, rampaging the world with its legions. With the whole world in chaos, the Avengers unearthed that to fight these meaner version of Hulks, they would need larger, meaner Hulkbusters. Led by Captain America, the Avengers engaged the Gamma Beasts in combat, but they weren't strong enough as they all fell. Their sacrifice motivated the surviving warriors to finish the fight. The warrior expelled the beasts to the end of the world, or so it was believed. 10 years after the Gamma War, Chicago and a dozen other major cities were besieged by Gamma Beasts. According to Captain Rambo, they could be a wave triple the size of what they encountered in the old Gamma War. Their satellites picked up a gamma signal in the Arctic, with the same isotopic fingerprint as the original Apex Beast. Rambo suggested they need to get Bruce Banner, but Wilson arrogantly disagreed. Wilson planned on heading to the Arctic with Monica to deal with this menace, while the rest of the team focus on holding their various territories. After Wilson left, Rambo felt Banner is a better bet than facing the Apex Beast head-on, so she told Bucky to find Banner and get in touch as soon as possible. Wilson and Monica eventually arrived at the Arctic, but the whole place seemed like a ghost town, but Rambo confirmed the gamma sparks are right there. They scanned the area for quite a while, and in short notice, one of the Gamma Beasts sprouted out of nowhere and knocked both of them out. Wilson and Monica started shooting at them non-stop, but then something else happened. They got submerged into the water, and it was then they saw that the situation is worse than they thought, as there were thousands of them. They imminently flew out of the water, and on looking down, they saw the legion of beasts all gathered together awaiting orders from the Apex Beast. They all bowed down in submission as it roared, after which they jointly followed the beast into the ocean. After this incident, Rambo got a call from Bucky telling her he found Banner's location. Wilson suggested they go after the beasts immediately, but Monica felt it was a death sentence. She used this opportunity to convince Sam they need Banner, as he's the architect of this whole menace, so he'd know how best to solve it. Wilson gave an excuse of not knowing where Banner is, and it was then Monica used her trump card. She loaded Banner's location coordinates to his AI, after which Sam headed out to meet with Banner, although he hated himself for it. Sam imminently landed at Astra Islands, as that's where the coordinates led him to. It wasn't hard at all to find Bruce, as it seemed Banner was expecting him all along. Banner led Wilson to his home, which happened to be a nuclear combat bomber. Sam went straight to the point to tell Banner a new apex has risen, so they'll need a Gamma Beast of their own, but Bruce wasn't willing to, as it's been years since he had that incident. Banner wasn't ready to help, so he gave Sam a plugin he wrote for the mech's interface. According to Banner, the interface is called the Mighty Avenger Protocol, and he feels they would have a fighting chance if they use it against the Apex. Sam was still ultimately pissed, as the rest of the world gets to fight his monsters, while he shallows away in fright. It was then Banner revealed that the intention of him building the protocol is to use it against himself, as he felt he's a monster no one can control. Wilson afterwards felt a bit of sympathy for him, so he convinced him that he has never seen a monster in him, rather the only thing he sees is his friend, after which he took off. Wilson communicated to the rest of the team that Banner isn't coming, so the remaining team tracked the Apex and his herd to New York. It was at this moment, Wilson installed the protocol Banner gave him to the Hulkbusters, and they were all amazed by the magnanimity of the technology. On spur of moment, the invasion imminently began, so the army evacuated all the citizens away from the city for the time being. The Avengers tried their possible best to hold the beasts at the harbor, pending when Sam arrives, but there were too many of them. As this was happening, Sam arrived and assembled the Avengers. As they initiated the sequence, all their Hulkbusters merged together to form one mighty Hulkbuster. All their operating systems became integrated as one, and the superior mech was eventually brought to life. They jointly laid siege on the Gamma Beasts, but more legions just kept on trooping out. In bid to annihilate the second wave, they unleashed another weapon from the suit, and using it they made a holocaust of the second wave. Almost immediately the apex beast decided to take matters into his own hands. It was an awfully gruesome battle, but using the gamma core the apex beast blasted them out of sight, making their engines to stop running. The system of the Hulkbuster was entirely shut down, as it was in a critical state, and it was then Rambo noticed something in the sky. Banner released a nuke on the exact site of the battle, after which he transformed into Hulk to combine himself with the fresh gamma core, in bid to go gamma critical. Few minutes later the Avengers came out of their suits to get a hang of what was happening, and it was then they unearthed that Banner transformed himself into an apex gamma beast. It was a face-off between the two beasts, as both of them tried to retain dominance. The smaller ones watched the fight from the sidelines to see who comes out on top. The two apex beasts fought for quite a while, but using the pure unfiltered gamma core, Bruce was able to erase the apex beast from the surface of the world. After this incident, all the legions bowed in submission to him, and it was then a new apex was born, Mega Hulk. The Avengers team wanted to light him up as they viewed him as a threat, but Wilson convinced them to stand down. Mega Hulk proceeded to the Avengers, and as he got closer, Sam was able to make him remember that they're friends. Bruce, on remembering his friend, led himself and the entire legion of Gamma Beasts into the ocean, and that was how the movie ended. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you.